So I don't really know what you guys want to even call this video, but in one of the spare bedrooms here, and as you can see, this is an air conditioner unit that has been taken apart, that's sitting on the floor, just trying to air it out. So this year, what actually happened was, when we placed this, we have a 2-story home, and my wife likes the room cold at night, so we like to keep our bedroom cold because obviously, you know, when you have a 2-level home, if you don't have 2 air conditioning systems, one for the upstairs and one for the downstairs, it doesn't cool as efficiently. So now that we're into the winter season, I took this apart because she started smelling what she believed was mold. So I took it apart and I ended up trying to clean it as best I can. You should have seen this. This was all black and nasty in here. Never realized they just used cheap styrofoam to cover that fan and everything that you can see here. So we ordered some spray that you put to kill mold and mildew. I believe I've gotten 95% of it, but again, I just want to allow it to just sit in here. Nobody uses this room, and we'll just let it sit here for the wintertime, and I'll end up putting it back together once that liquid that we ordered comes in, and I can spray everything down and just make sure that everything is dead. The one mistake I did make that a lot of you probably are already aware of, when you put an air conditioner in the window, you gotta have that tilt. You got to allow that moisture to drain. And like a dummy, I had mine sitting almost level. So any water that was from the weather or from the evaporation of the condensation for the unit was sitting in there, which was creating mold and every other condition. So that was on me. I take ownership of that one. But again, seriously, if you're putting these in the window, make sure you give it a good tilt so all that moisture runs out of that unit. So for the most part, not looking forward to putting this back together. You got to be careful when you're doing these because you have your compressor lines here that have your refrigerant inside of them. So you can take it apart, but you'd have to unbolt those bolts down there just to do so. And I didn't really want to get into that. Thankfully, I was able to lift it up enough to get up underneath it to clean it. So again, if you guys are kind of wrapping things up for the winter time, just something to keep in mind for future reference. So now I just sit back and I wait for our stuff to arrive so that I can finish wrapping this up and then have it ready for next season.